There is a misconception about what a healthy relationship truly is like. And to think that you will never have conflicts in a relationship, you will never have misunderstanding, you will never have fights, well, you can believe that, but it's inevitable for one specific reason. When you enter in a relationship with a woman, it's two people with different past, different nervous system, different traumas, different shadows, different fears, different insecurities, trying to merge together as one, right? Trying to become one. That's what a relationship is, right? So obviously you're going to have some moments of, well, a little bit of a clash here, right? It's happening. What makes a healthy relationship healthy is how do you navigate those moments of clashing, those moments of fighting, of having a misunderstanding. Are you going to let your fears play out? Are you going to let your insecurities control you? Or are you going to be conscious and come from a place of more acceptance, compassion, and love? And this will determine whether your relationship is healthy or not. Not the absence of conflicts. And there is a very interesting concept that I would like you to really pay attention to right now. Yoga, the literal translation of yoga means union. Okay? When we do namaste in India, right, or in yoga, what we really mean is, well, these two hands, they're merging together as one, and that's yoga. That's really the essence of yoga. A relationship can be very conscious and healthy if you look at it from this lens of, well, there's two people here, me and this woman, and we're trying to merge together. We're trying to be one. But it's going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. Better be ready for this. I'll share with you why. Because to merge together is a whole journey in itself. It will require you to change, and it will require her to change too. So when you decide to enter in a relationship with a woman, you need to make sure that this woman is ready for this ride, right? And so there is one quality that I believe every woman on this planet need to have in order for you to decide to be with her for a healthy relationship. And this quality is self-responsibility and self-reflection also. The ability to self-reflect and to take responsibility for your own stuff. If she is not capable of that, I don't recommend to jump in a relationship with her. Even if she's beautiful, even if she has an amazing personality, even if there is an amazing connection. Because when you get out of the honeymoon, which is inevitable, when you get out of that, that's when the relationship truly starts. That's when you have the opportunity to go really deep. But it also means that there will be some clashing happening, some fights, some misunderstanding, right? And those very fights can help you go deeper or destroy the relationship itself. That's really what it is. So, for example, when I met my girlfriend, one of the reasons why it was 100% fuck yes to jump into a relationship with her is because when she talked about her journey, she told me some of her fuck ups, and I could see that she learned from those fuck ups and she's not repeating the same mistakes. And this for me was like a massive green light, like, oh fuck yeah, like, because I knew back then that if I get into a relationship with her, it's not always going to be lovey-dovey, rainbow and sunshine or whatever. Sometimes it's going to be very bumpy. And I better have a partner who has grown, who understands that she's not perfect, that she has her own issues. Because if that's not the case, then it's going to be a total disaster. Because I'll be the only one taking self-responsibility and reflect on my own stuff while she doesn't. And I don't want that to happen. No way, you know. And so that's one thing. You need to really choose the right partner. Not an easy task, but possible, very possible. Do not fall into the limiting belief that no women out there are like this. No, no, no. That's only a reflection of your unhealed wound, right? Maybe you went through a tough heartbreak. Maybe you went through emotional abuse from women. Whatever it was, you need to heal, and your perception will change because there are healthy women out there. Yeah. Now, let's say you have attracted a potential partner, right? Someone who is conscious, self-responsible, who can reflect and all of that. Well, you're going to be in for a ride, my brother. Because it's going to be bumpy sometime. I can tell you from my own relationship, especially at the very beginning, I didn't know too much, even with all my experiences of having like 3-4 relationships in my life. And I mean, the previous relationships were toxic. But even with all of that experience, I got humbled big time at the very beginning of the relationship when we got out of the honeymoon phase, right? We started to have fights, and the way we handled fights was terrible, you know. And so one of the realization I had, I think the first or second year of our relationship, is that if we perceive this relationship when we have a fight as me against her, we are going to fail big time, and it's going to lead to a breakup. And we almost did, really. There were a few moments, I think 1 or 2 times, where we were at the brink of breaking up. Really, very close, you know. And that's what I mean, it's not easy, right? But what has shifted in our relationship is, well, it's not me against you. It's us against what we are facing in the relationship. And this realization, this insight has been the most transformational that we have both experienced in the relationship, to the point that right now, I mean, you never know. You never know. But honestly, like, the way I see our relationship right now is, fuck, we have this huge backbone, right? Because it's us against what we have to face in the relationship. And it's just incredibly empowering and also liberating, right? Because I feel so close to her. I feel so connected to her, but also I feel so safe. Bro, it feels so safe. So I can be vulnerable. It's fine. She's not going to lose the attraction, you know. And she can be extremely vulnerable as well. We can be so honest with each other. And I think that's really, really powerful. And you're going to have this dynamic when you truly realize that you are together in this ride. It's us. It's not me and you. It's us, you know. Now, don't get me wrong. She's going to have her own triggers. And probably you will trigger her, right? Probably she will trigger you. You're going to have to both accept each other for the fact that, well, there is something that is bothering me about her, but she is like this. That's her shadow. That's her trauma. You know, are you going to be able to accept that? You know, without trying to change her, because she is the only one who is going to change herself. And she needs to do the same thing. Can she accept you when you're feeling triggered, when there is a shadow, you know, popping up here and there? And that's a tough one, because maybe you want her to be in a certain way, but you need to understand that she's going through her own development, and she probably is thinking the same thing. She wants you to be in a certain way, but she needs to understand that you also go through your own development, right? And interestingly enough, when you are capable of accepting each other, is when you're both going to heal big time. I'll give you an example. My girlfriend at the beginning of our relationship started to be very jealous for no reason, actually, you know. And it was very, very frustrating for me because, yes, my past is a certain way. I was a player, and I think this was playing big time in the sense that she was scared that I was still a little bit of a player, right? But at the same time, I was showing absolutely no signs of me cheating on her or me wanting to text other women or whatever, right? And so we had many fights about this, definitely. But we got to a point where I realized that, well, she's jealous right now. She's aware that it's her own stuff, mostly. And she told me, I'm going to do the work to evolve, to change. But she also told me that it's not going to happen overnight, you know. And when she told me this, it really hit me because I was like, fuck, it's true. It's not going to happen overnight, you know. And I cannot force her to change right now because it will be fake. And so I had to accept the fact that she's jealous right now and that it's hurting me because she's mistrusting me when I have nothing to show. Where, you know, it's like I'm not showing her that she should mistrust me, you know. I'm not like giving her signs for that. So this was a very interesting phase of our relationship because it was not perfect, but we had to accept that, right? And interestingly enough, when I deeply surrendered to acceptance in the sense that, well, she's jealous, it's like that, I'm committing to her anyway, right? She did the work. She did the work. And she evolved. And I can tell you, wow, very powerful. You know, my heart, literally right now as I'm speaking, is melting, you know, feeling so much love because this is the power of a healthy relationship. To see someone transforming and to see that acceptance is really the antidote. Acceptance. I'm losing my words sometimes. And it's incredible, really incredible. I hope this video can give you an interesting perspective of how a healthy relationship looks like. As you can see, it's not lovey-dovey always. It's not rainbow and sunshine. But I can tell you that if you can navigate this in a very conscious way, it's the greatest gift you can experience as a man and also as a woman, actually. And this is what I teach to the men in the Wildman Brotherhood. They come, obviously, because they experience the nice guy syndrome. Maybe they get friend zoned. Maybe they experience approach anxiety. Maybe they don't feel super confident, not good enough. They have a problem with boundaries or whatever. Yes, all of that is very true. And you need to work on that. But I think ultimately the people that join the Wellman Brotherhood, they want to have a healthy relationship with a woman. And this is what I teach, really. That's the work, you know. You need to work on yourself. You need to do the inner work. You need to embody your masculine polarity. You need to do a bunch of other stuff. And eventually you'll meet the right kind of woman, right? The right woman is there waiting for you, my brother. But you need to become the energetic match for her, right? And that's why doing the work is very necessary. So if you want to join the Wellman Brotherhood, click in the link in the description. You have all the details there. It's I think it's really powerful. You get voice note coaching every day if you need. Actually, not every day, because sometimes I take some days off, okay? But almost every day. You get access to a brotherhood where the men are helping each other, like truly helping each other. You also have access to the Rite of Passage. It's a course that takes you from feeling insecure to being truly confident. Very powerful, with a lot of practices, exercise, meditation. So yeah, I would love to have you there, but if not, it's all good. And I see you, my brother.